Going back to the old association, this house here, the Joseph Bell House, this was their first purchase, I understand.
That's right.
Do you have any idea what it cost back then to purchase
I think it was somewhere around $6,000.
It's a great deal for a piece of history.
This house was a boarding house, and what was interesting about it, they were able to purchase it, but then they were able to bring it back to its original structure and tear off the kitchen and the bathrooms. None of them were. They hadn't torn up the house to put a bathroom in.
Sure.
So it was pretty much completely intact.
Went back to being the original footprint of the house.
Yeah.
It was the Joseph Bell House until what year?
Till about 2003. That was quite the controversy.
Yeah. Now, tell me about the controversy. It's a Joseph Bell House. Originally, they said 1767. That puts it just a little before the Revolutionary War.
Right.
And then after a hurricane, the association came in and started doing some repairs. And what did they discover at that time?
Well, we had 3 hurricanes in a row. Hurricane Dennis came in and then it came back. So we had Dennis, and then Hurricane Floyd that was really bad in this state.
Okay.
And so the house through this south wall just was soaked with water. So there was extensive damage, plaster damage all over the house. So we thought it was going to be just a simple little repair project. Then it quickly became almost a 3-year restoration project.
Okay, what changed their minds? I understand that when they were looking at this south wall, they discovered that that wall didn't go back to 1767 because of the nature of the type of wood, the nature of the more modern nails, and they redated it at what year?
1825.
1825. Now, and when you first saw this house, it wasn't in this color, was it?
It was red, and it was always known as a red house, and no one called it anything but the red house. And it was, since it was their first house, everyone in town that had helped work on this house or done anything with this house
was a resistance.
They were horrified that the color would be changed.
The color and the fact that they were going to change the date of its origin.
The house, right.
As they were restoring, or after the hurricanes, and he analyzed the paint and discovered how many layers of paint in a number of these.
Oh, about 18 layers of paint.
Remarkable. Oh, that's almost 200 years
but
of structure.
Teeny tiny pinpricks, but then when he blew them up, it almost looked like an amoeba, or with the colors everywhere.
This house isn't a mansion, but it is a modest home with this type of paint. Now, it would have been Manson who paid for this to be done initially in this home, this paint?
I'm sure, yeah.
And he had a little money to be able to do this. He
Not as much as it cost. In other words, one door was over $2,000
to redo it, to paint it.
And each room was almost $20,000.
How long did it take them to do the house?
Well, we did it in stages. We started with the front door, then we did another door, then we did the front parlor, then we didn't do this room. We saved it for last because we knew the rest of the house would never get done if we started here.
One of the articles I read suggested that the hallway here, its colors lead into all the rooms in some way.
Oh,
there's a connection between the blues, there's a connection between the greens, or a connection to the marble, all the way through the house.
Well, and just the pinstriping that's on the mantle is amazing. It follows all the way through. And the mantles are exceptional in that they have a certain little curve that we call the Beaufort curve, because you see that in a lot of the old houses in town.
And original location.
On a ballaststone foundation.
Okay.
Where we didn't have big rocks, so the ships.
Ballast stone foundation. What would you like people to remember about this house? What do you want them to see in this house?
Right.
Because it's more than just a house that's almost 200 years old.
Right. Well, just the very simple beginnings of the Beaufort Historical Association with this one house, and then how it's grown, but also the intricate historic details of the faux painting.
Yeah, the artistic nature of this house, it
Is
far surpasses anything I've seen in Beaufort.
Right.
You have some beautiful homes in Beaufort, but the artwork in here, and it truly is a piece of art on
Right.
every wall and every door, even on the outside doors. It sounds like Beaufort Historical Association is a must visit.
It definitely is.